So I finished cleaning up the frame head. All the paint and stuff was going a bit flaky down here, so I've rubbed it back to metal, rust tret it, and then rust painted it. And we fitted a new access panel there because the cover plate went missing. But I think we are ready to fit the front beam. Okay, we're making decent progress today. So I've got the front beam on and trying to put things together and take measurements for the various parts that are missing after the fire. Thankfully this part is not missing, so I found this bit, which means it doesn't have to be remade, which is awesome. So under here is going to be a custom airbag setup. The airbag is going to push up and down on this L section. Now this is attached to the leaves in the springs via the rose joint there. So we're missing a bottom one, need to order a new rose joint because that went missing in the fire. But that's not important, we can order that. And basically as the leaves are turned by this section, it alters the height of the suspension. Let's put that back on so we don't lose things. I need to replace the bolts. Got to put long ones in there and they're too long, so I need to put some standard bolts back in. The steering box is catching heavily on the side of the beam there. So if you don't know, I believe this is a 9-inch narrow beam, so it's a pretty narrow beam and the box barely fits. And we're missing a bracket for the steering damper as well. I'm not sure where that's gone. So we are making some good progress. I'm really happy how things are coming together. All the brakes have been replaced, all the way from the drum to the back plate. Everything's brand new in there. All the axles have been painted up and so it's everything's fitted as it should be. We've got the short shocks, which we got from EVA, along with the adjustable spring plates. So they're 2-inch drop spring plates with adjusters on there, so we can go down 6 inches. I'm not overly happy with the axle boots. I saved a couple of quid by going for red ones rather than black ones. But in hindsight, I should have stuck to black, I think. But never mind, you'll not see them much later. So everything's looking absolutely blingy and nice and new, which is how it should be. So really, really happy. I've got some brake lines to make for here because I ran out of copper piping. I did this side with a bit of pipe I had, but I'm not happy with that, so we're going to replace that one and lengthen it very slightly. And then we're going to move back to the front tomorrow. I've started constructing the front beam and the air suspension. Now I'm waiting for an airbag to come through the post so I can get that in place. And once that's in place, I can work out the alignment on this section here, because at the minute the rose joints are a little bit on the long side. The whole bit needs to go inwards towards the beam. So I can't do that until the bag arrives through the post. I found the bracket which is tested on here for the steering damper, so I need to sort that out because I found it in a burnt pile and needs cleaning up and sorting. The steering box is crashing quite badly on the beam, so that's going to need modification. And I'm also modifying the frame which sits on the front of here, because at the minute it's hard to fit it while the beam's in place. It's a bit of a five-handed job. So I'll be cutting a few holes in that so it's fittable after the beam's kind of bolted into place. So that shouldn't take too long, but I'll make things a lot easier. And then we're going to move to the disc brakes on the front. So I bought a wide 5 disc conversion for this. Currently it's a Balljoint Bug. It's got drum spindles, 2-inch load drum spindles on here, which obviously would be a 4-stud setup. But I want to use wide 5 to keep the BTR slots I'm using on this car. So we're using the disc conversion to do that. That'll come with its own set of spindles and discs, which hopefully we're going to be doing tomorrow. So I'll probably do a video on that. So as the beam is 9-inch narrowed, the steering box no longer fits where it should do. The arm here crashes on the tower, but that's the least of the worries. So basically the angle on the tow rods is just far too severe. So rather than actually turning, it just kind of twists rather than pushing. So this entire box basically needs moving backwards, so rearwards of the beam to realign all the tie rods, or look in for another option such as a steering rack. We're waiting for some Imperial bolts to arrive because I didn't realise the new airbags were on American threads, on Imperial threads. So I thought today we'd spend a bit of time while it's dry outside cleaning up the body, which is looking pretty sorry for itself. So I've got the wide wheel out. I'm going to start clearing this back to metal as best I can, and then we're going to metal protect, paint it, probably pour 15 and get some seam sealer on some of the seams where they want sealing. So it probably doesn't look much better on the camera, but it's all been cleaned back with a wide brush, so it's dirt free pretty much. I've resealed everything, so everything that would have leaked water through is now seam sealed, and time to get some paint on.
That looks a lot better. I used Por 15, it's nice and shiny. I'd say unfortunately when I started painting at midnight, like you do, it started to rain, so there might be a few spots on there, and I've got a horrible run, which is annoying. But it looks far better than it did. So next thing we need to do is get the body up on stands or something, so that we can look at paint underneath, making sure it's all protected where it mounts to the floor pan, and we can look at putting pans on bodies together. I've been working on the wheels as well. Now the rear ones were actually vaguely okay and usable after the fire, but the front ones were really heavily damaged. All the lacquer went yellow and burnt. So I've had to completely strip the front of this, and it's taken hours to get to this stage where it's as shiny as this. So I'm just going to take the wax off, and it should be a pretty decent finish. It's not perfect, but I think it'll be good enough. I'm not doing inside the slots because it just takes far too long by hand. But then once it's all cleaned up and degreased, we can take it for clear coating in powder coat. The backs I haven't done because this one isn't too bad. It's got a bit yellow, but not like the fronts did, and the other wheel's a lot worse than this one, so I'll probably need the front and back doing. Well, it is 3 o'clock in the morning and we've got our airbag on. Super happy now. I say it's taken quite a lot of cutting and grinding and filing to make everything fit and clearance everything. But it all looks like it's okay. I'm going to have to order some shims for here because I don't have any washers the right size, so I'm going to have to some 1mm shims just to help space that properly. But it's more or less there, and it looks like it should operate correctly. I can't test it yet because I don't have a working pump as of yet, or tank or anything, but it's all in place at least. So we're going to finish bolting on the front beam. So there's actually a frame which goes on the front of here, which holds the grille and stuff and the wing bits and pieces and lights. That bolts onto there, and then we can clamp that down and torque it down. We need to torque down the ball joints, which I haven't done yet because I don't have a tool to do that, so we may have to make that one. If I do make it, I'll link it up above for you. And steering box. So I've decided the steering box is not the way to go. So I'm looking at steering rack options at the minute. I'm not sure what we're going to use the rack from. Could be possibly a Mark II Cavalier, could possibly be an early Polo. We'll see. I'm not sure on that one yet. And we need some wheels and wheel bolts. So I've got no rubber to put on the ground at the minute, which is annoying. So I'm working on the wheels as you saw earlier. But the bolt holes on that are, I believe, a different size to the actual holes in the wheel. So we'll have to get some kind of custom sleeve nuts or something to sort that out as well. So lots of annoying little things that need doing, but progress is happening quite quickly. The back of it is more or less together now. I'm just going to torque up the rear wheel nuts and get the pins in there. And we're going to connect the brakes as well, so the brake lines need connecting. I reckon we'll be done for the end of the week, and this panel will be more or less complete, so we just need to get the wheels sorted ASAP. Just for reference, a T25 rack looks to be too long. Gone is the bus rack, which was way too big. This is a Citroen Saxo or early Peugeot 106 manual, so non-power assisted steering rack. So it's kind of works from one side, and both arms come from one side, so it kind of shortens the length of it. Now the code for this particular one, I believe, is 4000 W7. There's a W6, there's a W8. They're all left-hand drive. And obviously me being in the UK here, I needed a right-hand drive one, and they're a little bit trickier to find. So it's been a long week trying to find this particular one second hand. If you're left-hand drive, you can buy them new, the Repro, still being made left-hand drive, but right-hand drive is a little bit more tricky. So no doubt this will be a future video because I've somehow got to attach this steering rack to my bug pan. I am officially sick of polishing, so it's taken so long to get to this stage. So I'll put a link up there if you want to see how I do my polishing. These are far from perfect. I could literally spend another day on each wheel to get these bang on. So I've kind of polished the front faces. Within the slots, I've just sanded, so they've got like a dull metal finish to them, but they are going to get re-clear coated or powder coated in clear, so that'll hopefully smooth them off and make it look metallic again, and take that sanded surface away. On the backs, the burnt old powder coat I've left where it's not visible. I haven't got the time to take it off, it just takes so long. And the rear rims again have been sanded because you can kind of see them through the slots just, and again when the powder coating goes on there, it should smooth that surface off. So yeah, not perfect, but I'm pretty happy with them.
Okay, we've got the torch out, it's getting dark. So we've been painting inside the car, if you can see that or not. Anything that's bare metal I've kind of poured 15 to protect it. I've done all the side rails here, top and bottom. I've just got to shuffle the boards to the side now it's dried and do the bits where I couldn't do because it's sat on the wood. I did run out of paint, so I've got to get some more on here. And there's a few areas I've left bare where there's welding to do. But on the whole, most of the insides are now painted and protected, all the bare metal at least. Check out these bad boys, they look awesome! Super happy with how these have turned out, they look absolutely amazing. So I've just come back from AP Tyres, based in Rotherham here in the UK. So they do lots of modern stuff, but they're also happy to work with classics and custom stuff. So proper old school tyre garage, which you don't get these days very often anywhere. So I can't thank them enough, they've done a great job. So the rears they actually did for me about 10 years ago before the fire, and they've gone a bit yellow, but it wasn't bad enough to strip them back. So I've just had new tyres put on and the red walls. On the fronts, I cleaned them back to bare metal, repolished, and AP Tyres have powder coated in clear for me. And that's, I say, absolutely lovely job. And then we fitted the 145 6515 smart car tyres on the front, which are quite small. So I've gone as low as I can and narrow as I can pretty much. But they look good, really happy with those. So I don't have a lot of space under the front wings for turning circles and stuff, so I'm having to keep it as small as possible. On the rears we've gone 195 65 15s, which is actually quite narrow for these BTRs, so it's a slightly stretched kind of look, only slightly. Again, space is limited width-wise on the rear, so for now we've gone for this size. I quite like the look of them like this, and hopefully we won't have any rubbing issues, but time will tell. I've also gone for the red walls rather than white walls. I just saw them online when I was looking for white walls, funnily enough. I thought they will look badass, and they do. So I'm really glad I went for the red rather than white this time round. And I will put a link in the description below to those because they came off eBay. They were a guy based in Europe somewhere, I think it was. So not close to the UK especially, but they still came within a couple of days. So I was quite impressed by that service. So I will put any useful links in the description below. But I cannot wait to get these on the car. They're going to look absolutely badass. So the bag, the beams, the front subframe which holds the headlights and the wings and stuff, that's all attached now. And we've got our disc conversion on there, a wide 5 disc conversion. So the floor pan is more or less complete. I'm just waiting on some wheel parts, so I need to take some more measurements because I need wheel studs. And those slot mags are 5/8 holes and stuff on there, so I need to kind of figure that out. It's all a bit custom. Now it makes no sense to take this outside at the minute because it's just done nothing but rain for 2 weeks straight. So I think if I take it outside it's going to fill full of water and just start degrading. So Massa will work on the body while it's separate as best I can, get as much of that complete as possible. And then we'll probably look at completing this early spring when things have dried out a bit. And have some time to put them together. Also, I'm kind of working on this. I'll probably do a video on this on the channel, but hopefully not too many because Triumphs are not my thing. But we're stripping this back to bare metal, fixing the holes and repainting it hopefully by the end of December. So it's a present for someone, so I'm trying to get this one done ASAP. So yeah, so things probably on hold now for the end of this year. But the next update hopefully will be in spring. And we'll have the body and the floor pan together. Cheers guys, take care, bye bye.